Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I am bringing you another episode of Eyeshadows and Tea. Yay! We are going to talk about some subjects today, and I'm going to be doing an eye look using the new Too Faced Then and Now palette. Yay! This is their 20th celebration palette. So yeah, if you're ready, then I'm ready. So let's get started. Alright, so we are going to do this newest episode of Eyeshadows and Tea, and basically what this is I'm doing a palette review, plus I'm going to talk about some topics or controversies surrounding either the palette or stuff that's going on. I don't necessarily want it to be about drama. I would want it to be more about the makeup, but with this particular video, I have some stuff to say. Today we are going to spotlight the new Too Faced Then and Now eyeshadow palette. This is the palette celebrating their 20-year anniversary, and I am so excited to talk about this. I have been wanting to, I've had this for a couple weeks now, and I've wanted to review it for you guys, but I didn't know how to do it, and I finally figured out a way. I put a poll on Facebook and on Instagram, and you guys actually wanted me to do this video, so that's why I'm doing it. I did do this somewhat similar series last week with the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection, but I talked about mainly the controversy around that palette. I don't really want to talk about Too Faced or anything like that. The topic I want to talk about is shit that needs to change in the beauty community. I know you guys are probably like, well, why would we care about what you think? Hey, this is the topic I said I was going to talk about. You guys wanted to hear it. So, yeah. And I'm going to be reviewing this palette in the process. If you guys like this type of makeup review, then let me know down in the comments below. And let's go ahead and talk about this palette. Alright, I'm going to talk about this palette right here. As I stated twice already, it's the Too Faced Then and Now palette. This is celebrating their 20th year anniversary of being in the beauty industry, and I'm actually glad I got this. I was on the fence on if I, well, actually not really. I saw it and knew I was going to get it. I just didn't know when I was going to get it. But I ended up getting it, I think it was like a week or so after it was released, and I'm kind of glad I did. This thing is huge. If you happen to have the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette, it is the same exact size as that. And this is what she looks like, her packaging looks like. It looks so pretty. This is their old logo, which I actually think they need to go back to this because I actually like this logo. This is their old logo that they started out with back in 1998. And then here's their new logo down here at the bottom, the one that you guys are used to. It is nice and glittery. It is just, it is so pretty. They do have a little story on the back of the box that I do want to share with you guys. It says, it all started with two boys, being Jared Blondino and his partner, or husband, I think they're married, a dream and glitter eyeshadow. Back in 1998, we launched the original 10 eyeshadows that brought fun and glamour back into the beauty industry. To celebrate our 20th birthday, this limited edition Then and Now eyeshadow palette features the original 10 shades in a modern formula, of course, and 10 completely new shades inspired by the originals, reimagined with a 2018 twist. Go ahead, overindulge. Everything smells like yummy birthday cake. I thought it smelled like, excuse me, like chocolate, but I guess they said birthday cake. I am going to do an eye look with this palette today while I talk about shit that needs to change in the beauty industry. And yes, I am saying shit because right now the beauty industry is kind of in a shitstorm. So this is what she looks like on the inside. She is so gorgeous. It does have a mirror, and it says celebrating 20 years of being fabulous, and the eyes right here are actually the original, I guess it was like Icon or something, because now I think they use Clover, their dog. But those eyes are so cute. I love them. but this is what they look, this is what she looks like. Like I said, this palette is huge. It does remind me, well, actually it is the same size as the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette, if you guys happen to have that. This top row right here are the original 10 shades that they have talked about. And it says Too Faced has their old logo. It says circa 1998. And then these ones right here down at the bottom are the new shades. And it has their new logo. Well, their logo they use now. And it says circa 2018. It has a nice combination of mattes and satins and metallics. The one thing I don't like are these two right here. I am not a big fan when it comes to split eyeshadows like this, because if I just want to use this black, I have to use like the tiniest brush possible to put it on my face and then blend it out, or put it on my eye, not my face, and then blend it out. But this one is a more of a sparkle black, and this one is a matte black. I have swatched every single shade of these for you. How I did the swatches was I swatched this one and this one together at once. So you'll see the old shadow and the new shadow on my hand at one time, and I just did it for each shadow, for each set. There we go. So I am going to bring you guys in a little closer. I'm going to open my notebook, and then we're going to talk about some shit that needs to change in the beauty community. Hi everyone, how are you? I do have everything down, my base, my brows, my blush, my bronzer, everything's done. I just need to do my eyes and my highlighter. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. I am actually going to switch things up a bit, and I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer today instead of my Urban Decay that I normally use. That stuff in my Alrighty, I think I got everything together. I do have my tea with me, so it's not eyeshadows and tea without actual tea too. So let's go ahead and prime and prep my eyes. I am going to do my right eye on camera, my left eye off camera, as I normally do. I have not used this eyeshadow primer in forever. Since I have used my, I'm sorry my throat sounds a little wonky. I have treatment on Wednesday. I'm kind of looking forward to it because I've been feeling kind of wonky lately. But I'm not, because you guys know how I feel after treatment, but whatever. Alright, so I don't want this video to be super duper long. I do just want to say some things about the beauty community and in the condition, state, whatever it is in right now. If you have, in no way, shape, or form am I turning my channel into a drama channel. No. When I do this type of review, I basically want it to be either about the makeup itself or the brand or whatever. But right now, there's just some stuff going on that is not cool with me, and you guys actually wanted me to talk about this, so therefore I am going to. Alright, if you've been living under a rock the past couple weeks, or you've just been actually enjoying your life and not giving two flying craps in a handbag about what's been going on, you guys know that there has been a major shitstorm over, and I am going to say shit a lot, so I'm sorry to anybody, kids, earplugs. There is no base shade in the Too Faced palette, that's another thing I don't like about it. There's no base shade. So I'm going to go in with the Too Faced chocolate chip palette in the shade, I think this is called White Chocolate. Yeah, in this shade White Chocolate right here, and set that because you guys know girls got wrinkles. Okay, anywho. So in case you haven't, the whole thing with Gabriel Zamora, Laura Lee, Manny, and Nikita Dragon basically has lit like a firestorm in the beauty community. And in my opinion, I think the beauty community had these issues way before this, blew over, or before this came about. So for people to be causing such an uproar over this now just kind of really irks me. I think it's mainly because of who it is. So I think that's probably why. All right. So as far as the beauty community goes, there's some stuff that needs to change. A lot. And I have been hardcore doing this for 2 years now, but I am no stranger to makeup. I am no stranger to the beauty community at all. As far as, watching YouTubers, watching influencers and all that, I feel that I'm trying to get this out because I don't want this video to be forever. I feel that a lot of shit does need to change. And the first thing that needs to change is definitely the inclusivity of the beauty community. All right, I am going to go in with the shade Gretchen right here, and I am going to use that as my transition shade. The inclusivity of the beauty community, and not just much of, not much of, not just only race, even though race is a big thing, but gender, sexuality, body type. I'm so sick of people body shaming people, and it's not just excuse me, it's not just fat shaming, it's also skinny shaming as well. That does happen. I have seen that. But I really think that the inclusivity does need to change a whole lot, especially when it comes to race, with these brands not pumping out, whether it's foundation shades or eyeshadows or anything like that, because it's not just foundations that can exclude somebody from trying their product. It can be an eyeshadow, it can be a concealer, it can be a blush, it can be just about any piece of makeup out there that can exclude someone out. But it just really, how do I say this? It just really irks me that we are in 2018 and we are just, actually we're almost done with 2018 if you really want to look at it. And we are just so in the mindset of separating everybody, and I don't get that. There's no excuse for racism at all. So I'm sorry, no excuse for racism at all. No, that don't fly with me. And I also want to talk about the body shaming issue. You guys would not believe how many times I have been told and messaged either I'm too fat to be on camera, I am too fat to be reviewing makeup, I am too fat to be putting makeup on, and my favorite one was putting on makeup is not gonna take away the fact that I'm fat. No shit, Sherlock. But that also needs to stop. Everybody is beautiful in their own way. I mean, and like I said before, it's not just fat shaming, it's skinny shaming as well, because there are people out there who are skinny that definitely get get shamed as well. That's what I want to say. All right, so I am going to finish blending this out, and I will be right back. All right, I think I'm going to go for a brown gold look today. I haven't done brown gold in a while. So the next shade, oh, for those of you who are wondering, I used the SL Miss Glam BoxyCharm brush. It is the L34 Blend Beauty Brush for my transition. That actually came out really good. I do like that. So, with the shade I Can't Even, I am going to pack that on top of my transition. Alright, so I'm pretty much done with inclusivity. It just needs to change overall. We need to start accepting everybody for who they are, no matter what. That's just what needs to happen in the beauty industry, or the beauty community. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is the Photoshop issue. And if I combined topics, that's great, because like I said, I don't want this video to be forever. But the Photoshop issue, I am all for, if you have to, oh, she's pigmented. If you have to, there is some fallout going on. Wait, actually, no, that's a glitter speck. That's awesome. I am all for, if you want to, you know, smooth out texture on your face. I mean, I will add warmness to my pictures, because with my skin being light, my skin being so light, and my ring light actually washing me out even more, I will add a little bit of warmness to my face. I'm not gonna lie about that. But if you need to, you know, smooth out your face because you have, you know, acne scars, texture, whatever, that's fine. But when you look like a totally different person, that's where I have an issue. Because you are creating this false enigma that makeup is going to make you look like a completely different person. And I mean, yeah, makeup is not meant to make you look like a different person. It's meant to enhance your beauty that you already have. But if you were doing massive Photoshop, massive Facetune, it just takes the makeup out of the equation, because you don't look like yourself. And it just mind boggles me that you could spend anywhere up to 2 hours to do a makeup look, only to change it all because you want to Photoshop it. I just don't get that. Also, just adding all these filters and all this stuff, it's just not, it doesn't look good, and people can see it. If I can see it before I even started getting into the YouTube game, then I know people right now can see it. It just, and I think since I've gotten further into the beauty community, I'm more aware of it, and the more I see people do it, and it's just like, why? This is blending a little patchy though, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm just like, why are you doing this? It just does not make sense at all. I don't get it. So just stop with the Photoshop, people. Or if you don't have to stop completely, just like dim it down some. Let that natural talent come out. Don't rely on it all the time. So that is another issue of shit that needs to change in the beauty industry. Another issue I want to talk about is growing an authentic freaking audience. What I mean by this is growing an actual audience. There are so many people out there, and they'll deny it, but I could spot it from a mile away. There are so many people out there that buy their followers on Instagram, they buy their likes, they buy subscribers here on YouTube. Ooh, this is kind of patchy. They buy their subscribers on YouTube, they buy likes, they buy followers on Twitter. all that stuff. And for those of you who think that you can get away with buying followers, that's not the case. Not the case at all. Trust me, people know you're buying followers. You could sit there till you're blue in the face and say, I'm not buying them, I'm not buying them, I never have. Trust me, people know that you're buying followers. And what sucks about this is that these brands are falling for it. It's like, how can you... I just wish these brands would take a closer look at who these people's audience is, because, and I'm not saying this in like, I'm not saying this out of jealousy or whatever. I just think it's dumb. I want my audience to be authentic. I want people to come on my channel or my Instagram and be authentic and real and interact and actually like what I'm doing. I don't need, you know, a bot, you know, bot, kind of sound the same. Like, I can post a picture and get my own likes. It's just, I just don't get it. And these, like I said, these brands fall for it. I just wish they would take the time out to actually see these people's audiences that they're sending, that they're wanting to promote their brand. Not just much sending PR, but wanting to promote their brand. Especially when it comes to smaller influencers. Bigger influencers, I really don't care. But smaller influencers that are trying to up and come in the game, oh my God. It is terrible. And that's showing that you really don't have confidence in your work. Come on, just grow an authentic audience. It might take some time, yes, but it's going to feel better in the long run that you actually have an audience that wants to see, if I'm shaking anything, I'm sorry, that wants to see your content, that wants to interact, that wants to, you know, engage with you. Instead of having, you know, fake followers and subscribers and fake likes and fake comments. It just does not make sense to me at all whatsoever, and that needs to change. That needs to go away. Seriously. I'm going to do this eye, and I'll be right back. I'm back. Y'all miss me? Alright. Next shade I want to go into is this shade Rizzo right here in the original 10 shade. Alright, the next couple topics I want to talk about. The first one be, if you guys have not realized that this is the number one thing that you need to do if you are in the beauty community and you're an influencer, reviewer, whatever, is being honest and real with your audience. If you guys have, if that is the one thing that you guys take away from the shitstorm that is the beauty community, is always be real and be honest with your audience. Because as we have found out, you know, people lie. It sucks that people do it, but what's even worse is that when they get caught, they don't authentically apologize for it. That is what gets me. If you have done something wrong, just say you're sorry. Say, I'm sorry I did this. No but after it, no because, nothing. Say, I'm sorry I did this. Just take accountability for it if you happen to mess up along the journey of being, you know, an influencer, reviewer, whatever, being in this community. If you happen to mess up, just say, I'm sorry. Own up to it. Be an adult. Don't be like a little puppy dog with your tail between your legs and then just run away, give puppy dog eyes, thinking that, you know, if you do that, it's just going to go away. It's not going to happen. Authentically apologize for what you've done. And don't, ooh, this is pretty. Don't make it seem like your apology is forced. So, just be real with your audience and be an authentic person. overall, I have noticed that people will tune into somebody who isn't all about the glitz and the glamour backgrounds and all about the high-tech cameras before a bigger influencer, because they are so real. Because these bigger influencers have lost their minds. They've gotten caught up in the money. They've gotten caught up in greed. They've gotten caught up in drama. And they've basically lost their minds. And that's all that it's come down to. And they needed to be brought back down to reality. Does it suck that a situation like this had to happen? Yes. But it was much needed. And I felt bad for Gabriel because he found out who his true friends were in that whole situation. I felt bad for him for that. That just, yeah. So, just be real with your audience. Be authentic. Don't let the money get into your head. Is it a great perk? Yeah, absolutely. But don't let that be the driving force of how you are as a person. You know, be true to yourself. Be real with your audience. If you fuck up, sorry, I said it. You effed up. Apologize. Be real with your audience. You know, they can forget. It may take time for them to forgive you, and they may not forget what you've done, but they will forgive you if you are honest with them. So that's another thing that needs to change. And yeah, I'll be right back. All right, I went ahead and I cut half of my lid. I didn't want to do a half cut crease because I don't want this, and look what I did go. Now I gotta fix that. I don't want this gold shade to take away from Rizzo because Rizzo is a beautiful shade. But now I am going to go in with Twinkie, this shade right here, and I'm going to put that on the lid. All right, so I have one more topic I want to talk about. And this one, I mean, everything I've talked about, you know, I've experienced in one way or another. But this one just really hurts me the most. And I'm just going in with this brush from the Urban Decay Electric palette. This, ooh, that looks nice. This is the one that hurts me the most. And that is using people. That is pretty. I like that. I might have to wet my brush to intense it up. That is using people. The reason why I bring this up is because I've had this happen to me. It makes you, it really brings out your character. It makes you look like a, I just don't get why people use people in this industry. There's enough room for everybody who wants to be part of this community. And to use people to, I'm just packing this on, and to use people to get what you want and to get where you want to be, just I don't get it. Let me fix this while I'm over here. I don't get it at all. It just, it mind boggles me that people are like that, because, and think that you can get away with it too, just irritates crap out of me. I'm going in with Glitter Donut, which is the shade underneath Twinkie, and just adding a little bit of sparkle to this just to make it, oh yes, that's what I needed, just to make it pop just a little bit more. There we go. Ooh, I like that. That looks pretty. You guys are probably wondering, well, what happened to you, Melissa? I don't want to give really many specifics, but I had somebody basically, when they started, you know, depend on me for advice all the time on what they should do with this, that, and the other. I got some Glitter Donut does produce some fallout, so be aware of that. You know, what they should do with this, that, and the other, and how should they go about doing this, how should they go about doing that. you know, asking my advice at all hours of the night, which I didn't mind because I'm a night owl. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a night owl. I'm gonna go ahead and do my left eye while I talk about this. I am a night owl. I'm not gonna lie about that. So once this person got to where they wanted, I heard nothing from them ever since. They just ghosted me. And I'm just like, okay. And it really opened my eyes to see who I can really trust in this community and who is out just to use what I can give, you know, because I'm going to tell you this right now. If you guys know me, you know I will be your biggest cheerleader and your biggest supporter at all times. But the second that you want to sit there and just put me out of the equation completely after all I did for you and act like it was nothing, that's when I'm just like, F you. I'm not dealing with you. I'll be cordial, you know, I'll be respectful, but I'm not going to go out of my way to ever help this person again. So, I just sprayed it in my fan and it got no, don't do that. So, yeah. Don't do that, people. Don't be like those people, because it's like what's happening to Manny right now. He's burned so many bridges that nobody wants to touch him. Nobody can trust him. So, yeah. I'm going to finish this eye up. I'm going to finish this whole look. And I'll be right back with my final thoughts on the palette. I am going to run the swatches that I did. No primer on my hand as always. These are one swipe swatches. So, yeah. I hope you enjoy. This is the finished look. I actually really do like this. This looks really nice. I really do. What's going on here? So, yeah. I did take the shade Ooh La La right here. The shade Ooh La La, this golden half, and I put it on my inner corner in my brow bone. I did forget to mention that they do give you this little booklet, their glamour guide, like they do with all their palettes. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different looks in it that you guys can try out, so that's pretty cool. Overall, I really like this palette. I think this is a really good investment. I do believe this palette is $59. I do believe that's how much it is. If it's different, I'll pop it at the bottom of the screen. You can get it at TooFaced.com and at Sephora. This is a Sephora exclusive palette only. But like I said, I really do enjoy this. I don't know what Estee Lauder told Jared and his husband about the brand, you know, to step it up. Because ever since Estee Lauder bought out Too Faced is still cruelty free, by the way. But ever since they bought out Too Faced, their stuff has gotten a lot better, in my opinion. And this is really, really good. I really do highly suggest that you guys get this. And I can't wait to play with this around some more. And And I love the way this looks. The only thing I didn't like very much is that I can't even can be a little patchy. As you saw, it did take a while for me to blend it out. That can be a little patchy. I also just, I just don't like these. I'm not a big fan of shadows that are together like this, but other than that, it's actually pretty good. Ice Queen is a little chalky when you swatch it, and I think that's it. Other than that, this is a really great palette. I really do. I highly recommend this. It is just, it's gorgeous. The packaging is phenomenal. It just looks very luxurious and it feels luxurious as well. It's just, I love it. It's great. I think you guys should go get it. But yeah, as far as shit that needs to change in the beauty community, I hope you guys got a little insight on how as to what I feel that needs to change in the beauty industry. And yeah, just basically overall, don't be a freaking douche. And that's all that I have for you guys. Don't forget to pick up your Piper and Poppy Melissa Leah Garrett skincare collaboration box. That information will be in the description bar down below. Also, we are still gunning for 1,000 family members, and when I do hit 1,000 family members, I am picking not one, not two, but 3 winners with 3 awesome prizes. The rules on how to enter and all the prizes are listed in the description box down below. Yeah. And as always, you can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Melissa Leah Garrett, on Snapchat as Melissa Leah 1223, and on Instagram as Melissa Leah Garrett. Come on over. We have fun on those pages as well. I do not, however, have a Twitter account, so if you see one with my face and this gorgeous smile, report it because it's fake. Also, if that subscribe button is red, it's the wrong color. You need to change it. And don't forget to share this channel out to everyone as well. While you're at it, go ahead and hit that notification bell because unfortunately YouTube was destined to make that notification bell a thing. So that way you know when I'm posting. Even though we all know I mainly post on Tuesdays and Fridays. I love you all so much and I will see you on Friday. Too booked to be bothered. Bye.